Hey, what's up, guys? Carl Hall here. Today I am gonna get to do something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, which is start doing a video interviews with fellow filmmakers and people that work in the video industry. So today I have Elliot Laubach. He is a video editor, and I went to film school with him. He's a really awesome guy. We've stayed close friends. We worked on some good projects in college, and I'll let him take it from here and just tell you a little bit about himself.
So hey guys, as Carl said, we went to college together. It was an awesome experience, and I've been interested in film quite a while, and specifically video editing. And I pretty much got my first opportunity in the field junior year in college. I interned in DC at a global media company, and there I did a lot of corporate media. And then since then, I've had various freelancing positions and actually a full staff position for a year in Chicago, where I learned a lot more about post production. And yeah, it's awesome. I've got a lot of experience, but there's a lot more to learn. And yeah,
I feel like we need some coffee mugs here. Drink some
I
coffee.
know.
It's like
It's like,
we're not
yeah,
real filmmakers.
world's best filmmaker.
You've gotten a lot of good professional experience in the short time you've been out of college. And why don't you talk about some of the work you did in DC before you got your job
Sure.
in Chicago?
Yeah. So, like I said, I went down and I interned my junior year. That was my first professional experience outside of DeSales, where we went to school. Uh, I worked as a video intern at Fleischman Hillard, so it was a global media company, and a lot of their clients included Fortune 500, brands, as well as some Fortune 10 brands, like Samsung, for example. And my task was to assist the video team and the creative team with graphics, motion graphics, some staging testimonials, interviews with corporate executives. It was really a great opportunity to apply a lot of my film knowledge from college, but also get a lot of new professional work samples that have helped, led me to gain all of the great opportunities I've gotten so far. So I was pretty fortunate for that internship. Really fun opportunity. And soon, quickly, right afterwards, I was applying for some full-time staff positions to focus a little bit more on post work. I was, very interested in color, having a lot of editorial experience. I wanted to gain some higher level experience with other types of avenues such as motion graphics and finishing and post and cleanup and compositing. And so I landed at another awesome job, an introductory position out in Chicago, where I worked as a VFX finishing assistant for a top tier production company, which was awesome. And they produced some of the Super Bowl commercials you saw this year, as well as for the past 20, 30 years. They've been doing huge brand advertisement commercials, anything from Google to Samsung to Walmart. Jeep was another one of their
Yeah.
larger clients. It was awesome. It was a good experience.
What would you say is like before you got that job, what was the most helpful thing that you had on your resume or in your demo reel or skill that you learned leading up to that that helped you get that job?
I would say having the opportunity to have a variety of projects, like even very short form projects. I think one of the things that I was noted on when I got my internship, but also got that job, is there was a lot of consistent feedback on my reel that said it was very versatile, and said that even though I was an editor, I had a lot of experience doing titles. And I think that really helped sell me, was that I was, a video editor, but I also had experience with text and creating graphics. That I
Motion
would say
graphics, yeah.
motion graphics. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So that kind of ties into like what are the best tips you can give to people starting out editing or looking to start editing video as a maybe just as freelance on the side and to lead into full-time work?
Yeah. I would say look for any opportunity you can find, even if the project's only 30 seconds long, even if it's just an online video for YouTube, a company website. Whatever opportunity you can find, start from square one, and work your way up. And I think the more experience you get doing a variety of projects, the better you're going to become. I think sometimes it's easy to pick the funnest projects, or look for the funnest projects. But if anything, I've learned that even some types of content might be more boring, to me, like initially, and then I'm like, well, actually, I had a lot more fun working on that because I hadn't done anything like that before. So I think definitely be open to not necessarily what you're cutting or what you're working on, but your role in the process and what you can learn from it. So
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that 100%. Um, what is one of your favorite projects you've ever worked on?
oh man, well, I think I'll start with college. I think in college, I would say we made this music video freshman year called Lift It Up. And the reason that's so special is because it was the first time that I had really gotten to work with TV film majors and my friends. And it was just a fun video that actually turned out being one of my very early on professional projects. It was never intended to be what it was. It was well shot. It was colored well. It was lit well. I was very impressed with like what we actually were able to achieve. It was shot in 4 hours and edited in a day, and it was still on my reel. I still have a snippet of it today. And then I would
Yeah.
say in the corporate world, and more the commercial side outside of film school, I created a lot of online videos for Anheuser-Busch. And the reason I really picked that project as being one of my favorite to work on was because,
It's beer.
ironically, it was one of the most challenging, and it's beer. And it's just pretty cool to see the process of how beer is made, and advertising for beer. It's just a fun, very fun, type of content to work on. So
Yeah,
that was awesome.
it's beverage company.
Yeah,
Of course, that's
yeah,
awesome commercial work. So,
yep.
um, yeah, and actually, I actually still watch your music video that you mentioned from time to time because I love it so much. I'm not even kidding. I actually do watch that from time to time because it's just really good. So
Nice.
if I can, I'm gonna post the link down below here. So if you will let me. So
All right,
how's that
will do.
sound? All
That
right.
sounds good.
What advice can you give to people that are going to be doing contract video editing work?
I would say to start, just definitely be excited, but also cautious as to, what you're getting yourself into. Make sure that it's understood what is being asked of you, but also that you can fulfill what's being asked with you within your wheelhouse, and make sure that you set a reasonable day rate. There's a lot of tools online, as well as, asking professionals, friends, other people that have freelance, that maybe have more experience than you, see what they suggest based on the type of equipment you have and what packages you can offer clients, regardless of if you're working in a corporate environment or not, or doing it completely by yourself. And I would just make sure that, you read over the contracts and the terms and conditions,
Oh
and
yeah.
make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, because sadly in this field, it can be a little more subjective and creative, and even me, but other people I know that have gotten taken advantage of. And so just, it's important to be
Yeah.
mindful of that. So
Yeah, and I would even say I can even relate to that when I was starting out and I got some freelance work. I definitely just was like, yeah, I'll do it for that day rate and not even
yeah,
thinking because I was just so happy to get work starting out.
excited. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's easy when you're starting out just to get excited and take whatever for whatever price. But looking back on it, I'm like, why didn't I ask for a little bit more on that job? I definitely put in, you know, more than
The
a
amount of
day's.
hours.
Yeah, I put in the
Yeah. and
amount of hours and it just like,
and I think that's also another good point to note, like even for full-time positions, like another thing I've noticed is like a lot of times, if your salary, you want to make sure that if you're putting in more than 50 hours a week, and they're not willing to compensate you for that, there has to be
yeah.
some level of
Yeah,
compensation.
you definitely want to know going into a job, a full-time job, if you accept one, like how many hours a week are expected out of you, and if you are going to be putting in overtime, are they going to pay you for that? Are they going to give you comp time? What are they going to do? And just another
Yeah,
thing is, I tell this to all my friends and everyone, always counteroffer whenever they give you your salary, like
yeah,
when you're interviewing, because when they offer you the job, because they can always say no, but
yeah.
unless you counteroffer, they're not going to offer you more than what they already offered you. So
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, but
Well, we should have
Yeah.
worn the eat, sleep, edit shirts. You know, we're not official unless we have those shirts.
Do you don't have one?
I don't have one. Do you have one?
No. Do they have you seen them?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
well, I don't know. Probably just
I
like
think
online.
okay,
Anyone wear one?
if they already have them, I think there's an addition we need to make to them that probably doesn't already exist. You know what that is?
Mm. What would that be?
They need to glow in the dark
I think
because
the word edit needs to glow in the dark because we all
yeah,
know that takes place at nighttime a lot of time.
yeah,
So
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
long hours. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe like a built-in flashlight, you know, so you can see in your dark edit room, you know, when you're done for the day.
yeah, like one of those has like one of those flat batteries and you just press it and it
Yeah,
turns on. And
exactly.
that'll
And
be
it'll be
maybe there'll be a computer screen with like a little figurine here, like sitting down editing.
and
No, too
it'll
in
be
depth.
great.
That doesn't make sense.
It can give you fluid, hydrate you like one of those backpacks, you know, so you don't have to leave your desk for water. So you're just like
Oh,
you can drink while you're
okay.
editing. You
Okay.
know,
And what about when you have to go to the bathroom?
well, that I think it's a little bit more of an advanced procedure. I don't know if that's been figured out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's too far.
That's probably too far.
Too far.
Yeah.
Definitely too far. So, what are some resources that people that are starting out can get online
Mhm.
for learning to edit, music for the background, text, anything like that?
Yeah. So on YouTube, you can definitely start by just searching if you're looking to do, you know, maybe more creative transitions or simple motion graphics. There's tons and tons of just like starting on YouTube, just free videos that are, you know, 5 to 10 minutes long, and those are the best kind.
YouTube
There,
University.
yes. Um, there's a channel in particular that comes to mind. It's called, I believe, MT Mograph, and he's all about like you know, timing and animation. He has a pretty good variety of
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah, I've
There's another
watched
one.
his tutorials before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's been doing it for quite a few years now. It's nothing new. And then there's another one called School of Motion, which I think they have some free videos. I know some other people that we've graduated with and other people in the industry that have actually, like, I guess, paid or taken classes through School of Motion. You can take classes or
Wow.
you can look at some of their free videos. So I've heard it's a really good resource if you're willing to do that. So I'd definitely look into that. I would also say in terms of like music and other type of assets that you might need. I've always enjoyed MusicBed for music. I just enjoy the interface. I think some of the most professional artists that you hear in commercials nowadays. So MusicBed's great. Pond 5, Audio Jungle, they're a little bit more affordable.
Yeah,
Uh,
Audio Jungle I use a lot.
yeah, yeah, it's a really good one. And also, now that you mentioned it, Audio Jungle has a really good library where you can find a lot of like swooshes and like trend kind of like transition based sound effects.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I found them actually to be better for that even than music, dare I
Hmm.
say, for like sound effects. So yeah, they're great. And they have video and other kind of stuff on their site too. You can look at as well.
Yeah. Sweet.
But yeah, I think just kind of poke around and at some of those things that we touched on.
All right. It's come to that time where we have to end the interview. Um,
We should end
thank
on
you.
we should
Thank
end
you
with a
for
quote.
yeah, we should end with a quote. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
for
right.
sharing your wisdom with us, Elliot.
No problem.
Take
Thanks
it
for having me.
away.
All right. Well, the last bit of wisdom I will share with you is a quote that I've heard a lot of people say, and I'm fairly certain someone famous once said this, famous filmmaker. Maybe we'll leave this to the viewers to find out who said this, but they say that editing is all in the gut. And I think I always thought it was quite kind of funny. But yeah, it was just a nice quote to leave you with. Editing's all in the gut. So,
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so
all
much.
right. Yeah. Thanks for having
Again,
me.
yeah. Again, this is hopefully the first of many interviews with filmmakers I know, people that are working in the video industry. So, guys, if you like the content, subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.